In this diode tube, a current passing through the filament on the left causes it to heat up, and when it gets hot enough, it will emit some electrons by thermionic emission. Then, if we make this side positive, those electrons will be attracted across and we should get a current to flow. I'm using the low voltage power supply on the left to heat up the filament, and I've got a voltmeter to make sure that I don't go above the 7.5 volts, which is the maximum the filament can take, and that's connected with the red and black leads. The right-hand end of the diode tube I've got connected to this separate power supply to the positive terminal, which should attract electrons across, and that's with the blue leads going via a microammeter, and then the circuit is completed going back to the negative terminal of the other power supply with the white leads. And as you can see, as I adjust the voltage on the right-hand power supply, I am indeed getting a current flowing from the electrons that were thermionically emitted from the hot filament on the left. If I reverse the connections on the right-hand power supply, that would make the right-hand end negative, which should repel the electrons that are thermionically emitted so that they don't make it across, and I shouldn't get any current as I adjust the potential difference. So let's try that and see if it works. And indeed, whatever I make the potential difference now, I'm getting no current flowing, showing that it is working as a diode. I can add a voltmeter across the right-hand power supply to make it a bit clearer that when I make that side negative, that I don't get any current flowing. And if I swap the connections round so that I make the right-hand end positive again, then I should be able to see a positive potential difference on my voltmeter and a current flowing once again. And that seems to be working very nicely. We're getting a current again. Now the instructions for the diode tube say that instead of using my low voltage power supply on the right hand side, that I need to use a high tension 300 volt power supply, which adds an element of risk, and my school doesn't actually have one. But if you use a microammeter to measure the current, then it's perfectly sufficient to have a normal low voltage power supply on the right. Anyway, I hope that if you've got a diode tube in the back of a cupboard, that this video has inspired you to get it out to show your students when you're teaching them about diodes and thermionic emission.